I accidentally discovered why generational wealth is hard to build for you, and here's what you're going to do about it.
You just gotta do it scared.
I'm sitting in an attorney's office, minding my business, and I accidentally discovered why generational wealth is hard to build. I overheard a conversation that made everything click. You want to hear it? Hit that like button and subscribe. Come on in. And even better, send it to a friend, because this is about to change something for you. So an older woman's daughter is on the phone with who I presume is her mom, casually discussing moving money between their investment accounts to pay for the mother's care. Roth IRAs, traditional IRAs, tax implications, which accounts to pull from first. Back and forth like they're discussing a grocery list. And I'm sitting there like, this is normal for some? That's when it hit me. Generational wealth isn't hard to build because we don't make enough money. It's hard because nobody taught us how to do it the right way. Let me take you back to that moment. I'm pretending to look at my phone. I'm sitting at the attorney's office, but I'm listening to everything. She gets off the phone and starts discussing her mother's case or care with the attorney. Medical expenses, living arrangements, just, normal stuff. Then they start talking about the investment accounts, like the accounts that will be taking care of her mom. Like I said, your Roth IRA, traditional IRA, the brokerage accounts, which ones to pull from, what makes the most strategic sense. If these are some of the accounts that you're interested in setting up to build out your portfolio, I have a live investing masterclass for you every Thursday, 8 p.m. EST. I'll put the link in the description. See, here's the thing. They weren't asking if the money existed or how they're going to come up with the money. They were deciding how to use it. And I'm sitting there like, wow, this really is just normal conversation for some. In certain families, yes, parents have investment accounts, kids have investment accounts. It's generational. It's expected. I wonder how long these women have had their accounts for. It's how wealth moves and grows and gets protected across generations. And the crazy part is you and I can set them up too. But in a lot of our families, our parents kept money just in the bank, sometimes even at home. Back in the day, the idea of money being at home under mattresses and shoe boxes, it was not far-fetched. They didn't trust the market. And honestly, given history, I can understand that. Also, there's the aspect of living in survival mode, right? So we grew up never seeing it, never hearing about it. And now at our big age, we're basically trying to figure it out on our own. We're feeling behind, overwhelmed with where to even start, scared we'll lose our hard-earned money, or worse, not understanding the market. So you fall for someone telling you an investment that will turn your 5K into 100,000K in 90 days. You don't like your money. You're playing the wrong game. Here's what you need to know. These accounts are accessible to you right now. And the biggest one nobody talks about enough in our communities is called a Roth IRA. And if this is already clicking for you, good, because every Thursday at 8 p.m. EST, I'm doing a live investing masterclass where we go even deeper, learning about what you need to do to set yourself up for success. Link is in the description and it's free. You just gotta sign up, but keep watching. You see, all of this is so passionate for me because there was a time not too long ago, I went from a barely there $12 an hour job to building the same investment portfolios that I then leveraged with banks to build a real estate portfolio that today is worth over $1.5 million, built in just under 2 years. And here's the part that you really need to get. Even after taking my profits out to invest in real estate, my investment account continues to grow because I learned the proper way to build it. The right accounts, the right strategy. It's actually kind of boring. It's not fancy and definitely not stressful. Now, I've really put my money to work instead of just letting it sit in a bank, barely making anything. And if you ever think, well, at least I'm not losing my money, I'm telling you, you're playing the wrong game. You are, in fact, losing money if your money is just sitting in a bank, in a savings account. You don't see it though, because that is called inflation. So if you have more than your basic needs sitting in a regular bank account right now, I'm gonna have to tell you, you don't like your money. You're playing with the wrong game. The bank is using your money to make their money and barely paying you anything for it. At least have a Roth IRA. It's just a type of a retirement account. That's it. You put money into it and invest it. But here's what makes it special. When you take money out of a Roth IRA in retirement, you don't pay taxes on it. Let me say that again. All the growth, all the profits, all the money your investments made over the years, tax free. Why don't you have a Roth IRA? The government created this account specifically specifically to encourage people to save for retirement. And they're saying if you invest in a Roth IRA, we won't tax you on the growth. Not just a specific group of people, it's for everyone. That's literally how the account is designed to work. So why aren't more of us using it? See, that woman in the attorney's office, she grew up in a family where this was normal from the conversation that I heard. Her parents probably had these accounts. Maybe her grandparents had these accounts. By the time she's an adult, she's not scared about investing, and she's not going to be losing her money over some quick turnaround trick things to be able to turn a few grand into $1 million or whatever it is. She's not intimidated by the terms. She just does it because that's what you do. It's time we stop leaving so much on the table. There are accounts accessible right now to all of us, specifically designed to help us build wealth and reduce taxes, and we're just not using them. That changes today. Okay, so what should you do? Open the account. Fidelity, Vanguard, Charles Schwab, Mr. Charlie Schwab, they all offer Roth IRAs. Go to their website, click open a Roth IRA, fill in your basic information, and you have an account. That's it. It's like you're opening a checking account. Very simple. Please do it. Then transfer money in. For 2025, you can contribute up to $7,000 a year if you're under 50, $8,000 if you're over 50. Do you have to put in the full amount? No. Start with whatever you have. $500, $100, just start. Open the account and put something in. If we're past April, then you can move into contributing to 2026. Now, here's where people mess up, because I have a story from one of my banker friends that someone opened their Roth IRA and put money in it consistently. At least they were putting money in it. They were doing it every month for years, but they never invested it. They opened the Roth IRA, deposit money, and leave it sitting there like a savings account because they thought they were investing. That's how you invest. No. The money in your Roth IRA needs to be invested. That's how it grows. So what do you actually invest in once you open this account and you put money in this account? This is the home of ETFs. Okay? Well, Rozy, what is an ETF? I love to give this explanation that I created for you. You know when you go to a cookout and you make yourself a balanced plate, a little mac and cheese, some greens, some Ghana jollof, some chicken, okay? Maybe even a little potato salad. Now here's the thing. A combination bite from that plate is not only a party in your mouth, each one of those items represents a company or an industry. So if the mac and cheese is undercooked, it doesn't ruin everything else on the plate, and you're not going to load your plate with just mac and cheese only or just potato salad only. That's the same risk you take when you put all your money into one stock because you heard it was hot. But for an ETF, that whole plate with all those different elements coming together as one, that is one ETF. One investment that holds hundreds, sometimes thousands of companies. You balance it, you diversify it. So instead of gambling everything on one stock, and listen, I keep telling y'all stocks are not bad. It's just that from the stories that I receive and from just knowing how people pick stocks, you're not doing it the right way. I even have some stocks in my portfolio. You have to know how to analyze a company to make a decision to have a stock in your portfolio. So I will tell you that it is a smaller percentage of my portfolio. A majority of my portfolio still runs on a very strong ETF portfolio that fits my goals. Because the thing with stocks is they carry more risk when you don't fully understand what you're buying. With the right ETF for your goals, you own a little bit of everything. So it's like you're spreading your risk across so many companies. If one company has a bad quarter, it doesn't really matter. You've got hundreds of others holding the plate up. And with the right plan in place, you can do all of this without learning charts, understanding candlesticks, or trying to track every move the market makes. That's what you're going to have to do when you invest in stocks. Not necessarily when you do with ETFs. So it also creates more peace of mind following what history has done in order to kind of project what the future is to hold. Because here's the thing, every serious long-term investor understands the power of ETFs. It is one of the best ways to start building real wealth, and that's exactly how you do it the right way. So keep it simple. Get a solid ETF portfolio that fits your goals and your risk tolerance. Buy it, and the secret, just keep buying it consistently. That's it. There are thousands of ETFs out there, and choosing the right ones that fit your goals and that you can actually manage the risk on. That's exactly what we walked through together on Thursdays. You put your money in the Roth IRA, you buy the ETFs, and just like that, your money is growing, your money is working, it's compounding, tax-free. That's the whole process. Now, there are income limits. If you are single and make over $165,000 a year, or married, filing jointly over $246,000, you can't contribute directly to a Roth IRA. But don't count yourself out. There's a process called a backdoor Roth IRA. IRA. Very legal way to get your money in. If that's your situation, bring that question Thursday. Links in the description, and it's free. You just gotta sign up. We'll chat more about it. Here's what I see all the time though. People wait. They wait until they have more money, until they understand investing better, until they feel ready. And meanwhile, years go by. You're playing the wrong game. Time is your greatest asset. Think of it like this. You're walking down a snowy hill with a group of people lined up, okay? You all have the opportunity to start a snowball at the top of this hill or mountain or whatever it is, okay? Some people start rolling theirs right away, but you keep walking. You just keep walking because you're looking for the perfect snow texture. Or even worse, you're so focused on not slipping and falling that the snowball is the last thing on your mind. Meanwhile, the people who started up top on that hill, their snowball is picking up momentum. It's growing bigger. It's moving faster. It's basically moving on its own now. That's how investing works. By the time you finally say, okay, let me start mine, you'll still get some momentum. Yeah, don't get me wrong, but imagine if you had started when you first had this information. That's compound growth. Your money makes money, then that money makes money, and it doesn't wait for you to feel ready. So that woman in the attorney's office, that's not happening by accident for them. That's generational wealth in action. Her parents built it. They taught her. She's doing the same. And if she has kids, I can guarantee you they have them as well. That's how wealth stays in families. That's how it grows. That's how security lasts beyond one lifetime. But if we don't start this in our families, if we don't open these accounts, learn how to use them, teach the next generation, we're just creating survival mode every generation. I don't want that for us. I want us to be the generation that starts this. The ones who say, yeah, my parents did the best they could with what they had, but now I'm going to set myself and my kids up for success. A Roth IRA is one of the simplest and most powerful tools to do that. Wealth that grows tax-free, retirement that you control, and a legacy that doesn't start from zero for the next generation. So join me this Thursday, 8 p.m. EST, for my free live investing masterclass. I'll show you how to choose ETFs to invest in. There are thousands of them, by the way. I'm not affiliated with any of them. I have the ones I've invested in that fits my goals. So it's important to pick ETFs that not only fit your goals, but also fit your timeline and your risk tolerance. I'm there live. Come with your questions, okay? Links in the description, and it's free. Because that conversation I overheard in that attorney's office, it should be normal for all of us. The only difference between us and that woman is that she grew up seeing this as normal. We can make it normal, starting right now, starting with us. Open the account, put something in, invest it, watch it grow, then teach somebody else. Let's be the generation that changes this. I'll see you Thursday, and remember, you always gotta do it scared.